Well, hello there. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Jackie, and I'm a full-time minivanlifer here in Western Canada. Not one of those feckless Gen Zers. No, I'm a feckless Gen Xer. Hopefully not of the snowflake variety. Well, I've come back from Europe, where I lived and worked for many years, to spend more time with my elderly parents and help them out with the processes of getting a bit older in this very complicated society. And in between that, I'm trying to rediscover my country, the country that I left behind so many years ago. Well, I'm still in the Kootenays, but now heading towards the Selkirks. And I'm learning how to climb mountains, and maybe I better not. I should stay alive for my parents. I'm beginning to really regret coming this way. There's too many damn people. Bless your hearts, you damn people. It's just me. I'm an off-season traveler. So I think I'm going to head into Nelson, the fabulous town of Nelson. I'm going to collect my thoughts. It's a difficult place to incognito car camp, but I know a couple of places because I'm there quite a bit. And once I gather it all together, I'm going to go look for some more wilderness. Left to Nelson for Canada Day. It's going to be absolutely heaving. Right to Kaslo. To, well, not much to do really. Where does the car want to take me? Lady Grey has decided. What will we find? Well, I'm thinking the car made a pretty good choice. Turning right at the ferry. Kaslo is Kootenay small town perfection. 100% Jackie speed for the moment. I think I'm going to spend a couple of days here. I mean, it's just magnificent. It's welcoming. A classic here that sometimes only Kootenay people really know about. Selkirks. Nelson is just down the road. And the cusp and the Arrow Lakes all up there. Well, I'm starting to cheer up a little bit. I've been in a low mood last couple of days, really inexplicably, because here I am in one of the most beautiful places in the world, totally free to do whatever I want, really. And yet I just, feeling quite down, don't know what it is. I've got a couple of months. Don't usually like traveling in the summer. I used to only work in the summer. It was my big money-making time. I bagged it as a private chef in Europe. And I would never consider in Europe traveling in the summer because it was just too busy and too hot. I waited till the shoulder season and then, really went off somewhere where I felt free. But holy heck, it sure feels churlish to be complaining about this. I'll take it when I can get it. But I would like my mood to turn around a little bit. And I think it's just going to actually be about getting some routine going. Because I feel very unanchored and unhinged at the moment. Not unhinged, just unanchored. And I feel like I should really, the pressure is on to enjoy myself. Well, isn't the point of van life to be unanchored, you ask? Well, yes and no. I think there's an aimlessness to it that I struggle with sometimes, and I can be a very aimless person by nature. So I need projects, and I need things like YouTube here to help me focus on something other than just being on the road and just driving and driving to the next place, because you can do that endlessly here in Canada. Kaslo is so stinking cute. I'm going to stay for a couple of days, and I got a plan. I've located a couple of Lady Grey minivan accessible hikes that are quite difficult looking. I want to put myself to the test. So the idea is to get up early and go early. I'll give that a shot. I think this is a trail that most Kasloites eat for breakfast, but I'm feeling like I need to be a billy goat. But I go back to my same old mantra. Slow and steady wins the race. It's only 9 o'clock in the morning and it's already quite hot. So it's nice to be in the forest, in the beautiful forest of supernatural British Columbia. Right, we'll see you up at the top. You're a bit warm there, my friend. Oh. There you go. You better go get your dad now. Bye. Okay, go see your dad. I'm going to try out my brand new Katadyn bee-free water filter. This is not an endorsement. The water is so cold. This is going to be so nice. This has been a really good test for me. It's been relatively short, but straight up and down, only a few kilometers, and I'm feeling a little bit more confident. My thighs are a bit jelly-like, but my knees are doing okay. So I think I'm starting to build myself up a bit. I think. How's that for beach access? Ooh-wee, that was chilly. Kootenay Lake is a very cold lake. Anyway, restlessness has kicked back in and I've decided to head to one of my favorite towns, Nelson. I always wanted to live here, but it's a very, very expensive place. And in its splendidness, it is a bit isolated. It's a bit in the middle of nowhere. But I've arrived in time for Canada Day fireworks. Woohoo! Happy Canada Day. I am in one of my favorite towns in the entire world, Nelson, British Columbia. Also the town used as a filming location for the Hollywood film Roxanne, if anybody remembers that. Steve Martin and Daryl Hannah. I did know a couple of people who worked on the film crew at that time. Anyway, that aside, it's just one of the grooviest places on earth. How much does it cost to live in Nelson? Well, we're talking almost $750,000 for that. Well, in terms of recent European history, Nelson was a mining hub, a boom town of sorts, and then it evolved into this wonderful center of the arts, and it's very liberal, very accepting, very tolerant, has a few problems related to all of that. Well, it is considered one of the prettiest towns, maybe the prettiest town in all of Canada. So it attracts a wide variety of people and a lot of money, but it still retains its very esoteric feel. And I just love it. Well, that's enough of civilization and culture. I'm off for a little blood, sweat, and tears now, a little self-induced misery, climbing these miserable slopes and hoping for a minor reward at the top. And that I'm not going to kill myself. I think that's where I'm going. So I'm thinking I'm probably about a quarter of the way up, and I'm very, very excited. Well, I want to get a couple of these under my belt, and then I want to go on a couple of overnighters. I was told by some hikers coming down that there was a lot of snow on the route, and that made it really difficult, and it was almost vertical. So I decided, on their advice, to take this route up. There's a scramble, and then I'll be in the bowl. And then that's it. I don't think Ymir is accessible to me. I don't want to let the black clouds that are rolling in excuse me. So here goes it. I'm just going to continue doing what I've been doing. It's taking my time. Hardly anybody else up here. It's just great. The views are getting better. It's a really good incentive to keep going. If I end up going where I want to go, it's going to involve scrambling and boulder fields, none of which I've really tackled. Well, that's not true really, because I keep on forgetting that pre-bike touring days, I was actually a really big hill walker. They call it hill walking in the UK. The Lake District, the peaks, the Welsh Mountains, the Black Mountains, the Beacon Brecons. I went up them all, actually. But I didn't have to contend with cougars, grizzly bears, black bears, and isolation. The kind of extreme weather that can happen fast in the mountain ranges here in Western Canada. Okay, I found the trail marker. Okay, Black Diamond. Ymir Mountain. But I think Half Dome would satisfy me. You can connect the two via that ridge up there, but it's not recommended. And let's face it, by the time I get up there, I think I'm going to be done. Should I go for it? I think I'm going to go for it. I'm going to try anyway. Okay, now it gets gnarly. Not if you're Foresty Forest. Foresty Forest is my hero. Foresty, if you're watching this. So I don't have your gorgeous personality and your billy goat steps. But you have inspired me to get out into the outback of Western Canada a bit more. So thank you very much. Unless I die here, then I'm going to sue you. The trail kind of took me via some flagging to these boulders here. As soon as I got to the top of the boulder field, I realized there was a whole road and a trail right there. Oh well. Oh, detracts slightly from my sense of now it begins. Ooh. Well, I've made pretty good progress. Not too difficult. And now I've come to a point where it looks like I'm really going to have to scramble around. Looks a little scary from down here. I'm sure it's going to be fine. Okay. Okay, this feels proper. I'm gonna put the camera away now. I need both my hands. Ugh. Well, I have reached my limit. I am a mere 50 meters of vertical away from my goal, which is right there. And the scrambling on the way up here kind of did me in just the last little bit. And I got a little touch of vertigo. And I thought, well, take it as a sign, girl. And the last bit of scrambling there looks a bit hairy. So I'm going to give it a miss. Still no summit. So close. But I'm just knackered. And I'm going to trust what my body is telling me. And already I'm thinking going back down is going to be a real challenge. I'm really proud of myself. I did really well. Sure, it would have been nice to actually reach a summit, but I'm working my way up to it. Literally. I'm at 2,200 meters here. I'll have to put the footage up in the corner of the screen for my American friends. So over there, we're looking east. I imagine those are the Rockies way in the distance. And then over here, the Purcells. Just over that range. We're in the Selkirks at the moment. I think that's Valhalla. So the Valhallas, which are explorable in the near future, I think. Yeah, I didn't quite make it to the top. Not far though. Not far at all. Just a little bit too scrambly for me. And I think you have to feel your limits. Push yourself a bit, but feel your limits. So I'm going to head back down. That's going to be the hard part for me. I think I've scared myself a little bit contemplating it, but I'm just going to really take my time. I feel quite recovered now that I've relaxed and I flew my drone a little bit. And yeah, kind of back to myself again. Wish me luck. Wish my knees luck. Here we go. I'm alive. Well, that was incredible. I did scare the bejesus out of myself a couple of times. But I feel like I prepared adequately. I'm not a complete novice to the outdoor world and extremes and taking risks. The bicycle touring gig was a very good training ground. So, look, I take calculated risks. I walk on my own. I wouldn't expect anybody to take my example unless they were very confident. Yeah, you take your life into your own hands and you prepare as well as you can. Most of all, you try to avoid disturbing the search and rescue people. So that's my goal anyway. I'm really rather getting into this lifestyle of hiking in the Canadian wilderness. It's time to invest in some kind of a GPS SOS device, spot tracker, or preferably a Garmin InReach. I have seen them on Facebook Marketplace, but they're still $300, $350, $400. And then I believe you have to get a subscription. So that's another monthly charge. Your family would be wondering why you didn't spend that $300 as they were putting you in your coffin. So I'm going to put it on my wish list. Maybe over the winter I can take care of enough lovely dogs to make that pay off. Not much else I wish I had at this point. Yeah, I think I'm ready for an overnighter anytime now. Anytime now. It's only the bears that worry me. Well, there's trusty Lady Grey waiting for me. Last vehicle here. That last 300 meters or so before the car, I was tired. But my knees survived. And I think they did because I used a zigzagging technique that I saw on, well, where else? YouTube. So I didn't put constant pressure on the front of that knee. And I think that really paid off. So even though I'm properly, absolutely shattered and my legs are jelly, they don't hurt, at least not today. I say that's a win. Yay! And yay for me, because I made it quite far. Lots of confidence for the next one. Quite a bit for a newcomer. Yeehaw, I am knackered.